or they going to jail.
That's right, Mint Mobile, it's still just $15 a motherfucker!
Please welcome our CEO, Srini Gopalan.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you all so much for being here, for being in Vegas at a hugely exciting moment. Hugely exciting moment for sport, and also a hugely exciting moment for T-Mobile. Because you know us at T-Mobile. This is Vegas, so we're going to go all in for the sake of our customers. But more about that later. I'll come back to that. I want to spend a couple of minutes talking about Vegas first, right? So why are we in Vegas? There's a couple of reasons. The most obvious is our partnership with F1, which is a marriage made in heaven. The fastest sport in the world coming together with the fastest network. Kind of obvious, right? And it's a great partnership. We've worked together for nearly 3 years now, doing everything from, taking our 5G network, our unbelievable 5G network, into broadcast, to running all of the event operations, and then my favorite bit, those money can't buy experiences for our customers, whether it's at the T-Mo Zone at the Sphere, or it's in Club Magenta. All of those incredible experiences. So I'm delighted to announce today that we're going to take this to the next level. We're going to extend our partnership with F1 for another 3 years. And not just that, we're also going to take it to the Grand Prix in Austin. So our partnership will grow even more. And that's going to mean incredible things for our customers. Money can't buy experiences, just more good stuff from T-Mobile. But there's a second reason we're here in Vegas, and one that's probably much less well-known. 12 years ago, a small company decided to challenge the industry for the good of the customer, decided to focus on smashing customer pain points, decided that it was time that this industry changed, and decided all of that and launched all of that here in Vegas. That was the birth of the Uncarrier. The Uncarrier was born right here in Vegas almost 13 years ago. And we are the Uncarrier today. We are the company that focuses on smashing customer pain points, on changing the industry for the good of our customers. And that whole journey started here in Vegas. So it's kind of fitting that we come back here to Vegas from a position of strength, from a position of wanting to reinvent this industry yet again. And the things we've done over the last 12 years, incredible. Just the number of pain points we've smashed, from no contracts. Do you remember the days when customers were bound by contracts? To actually getting rid of roaming fees, to all of the incredible things we've done like Binge On, to the point today where we're challenging the biggest rule in this industry, which is you can either have the best network or the best value. Right? Now, all of that has changed because at T-Mobile, today, you don't have any trade-offs. You don't have to pay a stupidly high price just because you think you're getting the best network, right? Or you don't have to get the best value only if you get a network that sucks. At T-Mobile today, you can get the best value, the best experience, and the best network. And that's an incredible place for us to be in. For all of you who have been on this journey for the last 13 years nearly, it's just incredible to stand here and say, we are the one place in this industry where customers do not need to make trade-offs. And that's what changing wireless for good is about. Does that mean we're done? Does that mean the Uncarrier is over? Heck no. We won't stop because we're passionate, we're constantly focused on smashing the biggest pain points our customers have, and that's why we have the opportunity now to go even further and truly unleash the Uncarrier. Go from a position of strength to once again reinvent this industry, to once again focus on smashing the biggest customer pain points. And what we're going to talk about today, without a doubt, is one of the biggest pain points in the wireless industry. It is probably the one thing that gets customers more wound up than anything else. And today we will smash that pain point. There's no prizes for guessing what that pain point is. It's switching. Switching in this industry is broken by design. Let's think about that for a minute, right? Switching means it's the start of a new relationship. It's supposed to be the honeymoon phase. But you talk to any customer who's switched, and it's god awful. It actually feels much more like going through a divorce than going through the honeymoon phase of a relationship. Because you've got to do all kinds of gymnastics, right? You need a porting code. You need something called an IMEI code. You then need to get onto your carrier and spend like a long time on the phone, or try and get your 17 and your 20-year-old to come with you and spend an entire Saturday afternoon in a store trying to switch a wireless provider. That makes no sense. That's fundamentally dumb. And the ironic thing is that's the design of this thing. It's designed to be a horrible process. It's designed to suck. And it takes forever. It takes a minimum of 3 hours to switch. That can't be right. That can't make any sense. Now, if you look at the number of people who switch, and I love this, 34 million Americans switch. Now, assuming that each of them takes 3 hours, which is the minimum, that's 102 million hours Americans spend switching. Let me put 102 million hours into context. That's 300 years of non-stop Vegas weddings. I think of going through that. That's what Americans do every year. Now, I love Breaking Bad, but 102 million hours is me watching all the episodes 1 million times. That's what we put customers through. That fundamentally doesn't make sense. Now, it's not just me describing that. When we talk to customers, that is exactly what we hear. And let's take a look at John Fryer, our president of consumer, talking to customers about the joys of switching and how much time it takes.
Hey, nice to meet you.
John, nice to meet you. Alicia, nice to meet you. Mitch?
Yep.
Angela? Ron?
Hi.
Nice to meet you, sir. Yes. Thank you all for taking some time with me.
Yeah.
I hear you're not T-Mobile customers yet. Is that true? So who is your current cell phone
I'm with
provider?
Verizon.
Verizon also.
Verizon as well.
I'm with AT&T.
AT&T.
How long have you been on Verizon?
Oh gosh, at least 10 years.
The length of our marriage, 25 years.
25 years?
Just about, yeah.
Since 1992.
Ron had the first number at Verizon.
Have you guys thought about switching?
In my head, it seems like a nightmare.
I have like anxiety about the phone store experience. You have to get there when it opens, or
Yeah.
take a number. You're gonna be here for a couple hours.
It takes a while when you go to the phone store.
How long does it take?
I always pencil at least 3 hours.
I feel like it would take a majority of my day. I've got 4 people on my plan, and if we are all together, the last thing I want to do is all trudge down to a store.
I had the worst experience switching when I switched to Verizon about 8 years ago. Scarred me very deeply. I ended up losing my previous number and having to get a new one. That was a huge mess, having to go through the whole process.
And I would rather lose my wallet than lose my phone.
It's not gotten easier, it's gotten harder.
Truly.
What would the switching experience in a perfect world look like to you guys?
Seamless.
Fast.
Reliable and cost effective. And it'd be a 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Go to the store or do it right from your home.
That sounds like a dream.
Yeah. From my couch.
From your couch.
With a mimosa.
Little as one mimosa, you can switch.
Right, so there we have it, the mimosa switch. Thank you, John Fryer. You can see the frustration in those people's lives, right? They were trying to do something incredibly simple, and carriers have made it incredibly hard. And it's not just about time. It's also about the phone. It's your new phone. You should get it on your terms. But who decides when, how, where you get your phone? Not you. The carriers do. So you see a great offer, you want to switch, you believe you're frustrated with your network, you want to switch, you have a family of 4, all of them like the offer, but there's a debate about the phone, because your son wants another phone or hasn't made up his mind about the phone. Here's the reality about the way the process works today. You can get that phone if you make up your mind now. If you say, I want a little while to think about it, then the whole family has to wait. You don't decide when, how, where you get your phone. Because yes, you can get your phone, but it will take a few days. Now, how many of us can live without our phone for a few days? I can see a lot of people nodding, saying no. Right? Or you're going to have to trek to your closest store, spend an afternoon there to get it. The way we manage phones today as an industry is just completely broken as well. It is the customer's phone. They need to choose when, how, where they get it. And today for us is all about putting an end to this. It is about smashing the biggest customer pain point today, switching. It is about turning hours into minutes, and it is about putting the customer in the driving seat. That's the heart of what we're going to announce today. Because from our perspective, it is one of the biggest pain points, and what we're all about is smashing customer pain points and changing this industry for the good of customers. Introducing Switching Made Easy. I can hear a lot of people go, finally. Switching Made Easy. 3 huge components to Switching Made Easy. 15 minutes. 15 minutes, not 3 hours, not 4 hours. 15 minutes to better. 15 minutes to a better network, to better value, and to better experience. 15 minutes to better. New phone, your choice. You as the customer decide when, where, how you get your new phone. If you want to wait a little while to make up your mind on your phone, you can. You can switch. You don't have to do all of it at the same time. You can switch now and decide and make your decision on the phone. A month later, the offer will still be there for you. And most excitingly, DoorDash same-day delivery on your phone, because you shouldn't have to wait. Because you shouldn't have to wait for that most important thing in your life, your phone. All of that together is where we're going to land and smash one of the biggest pain points and make switching the way it was meant to be, easy. And that is how we change wireless yet again. And now I'd like, please welcome on stage Mike Katz, our President of Strategy, Products, and Marketing, to talk to you about how we make this happen.
What's up? How's it going? Thank you, Srini. You know, switching is one of the biggest challenges in wireless, and it's because it has been it's perceived by customers and historically has been unbelievably hard. And none of us have any tolerance for getting it wrong because our phones and our phone service, they're the most important technology in our lives. You know, and if you're gonna switch, it's bad enough if you get it wrong for yourself. But imagine if you're switching your account and you screw it up for like one of your teenage kids. Like, watch out, like you're in trouble. So, but let's be honest, like people don't switch that often. You know, it might be one of those things you do every 5 or 10 years, or like there's people that have never switched. They've been on the same wireless provider for years. In fact, like when we went and asked customers who don't switch that often, like what their biggest fear with switching was, do you know what they told us? It was, can I keep my same phone number? And I bring that up because like we launched the ability 20 years ago to keep your own phone number. And it kind of underscores the fact that this is something that people don't do very often, but they have a lot of anxiety about. And because of that, even if customers know that if they switch, they'll save money and they'll get a better experience, they don't do it because they think the process is too cumbersome and takes too long. So they're left with two choices. You know, choice one is go to a store, spend half of a Saturday having one of our unbelievable team members helping them through a process that's pretty analog today, and spend several hours going through the switch. Or what a lot of people do is they don't switch at all. And even if they know they get a better deal and on a better network, they just forego the switching experience altogether. That fear and complexity of spending a Saturday and spending hours doing it is exactly what inspired us to get after 15 minutes to better. And we knew if we wanted to build a switching experience that was more simple and that you could do in 15 minutes or less, it first had to start with digital. Think about it. If you think about the common denominator across really complex transactions that have been simplified, you know, think about things like buying a car or like signing up for a mortgage. The common denominator across all of those is digital. And interestingly, the place where you do a lot of those complex digital transactions is actually on your mobile service. So ironically, buying your mobile service on mobile, on digital, is something that you haven't been able to do. You can do all these other complex things like buy a car, but you can't buy your mobile service on your mobile service. It's unbelievable. So we knew we had to get after this, and we knew we needed to create a digital experience. And for us, digital starts with T-Life. You know, our vision for T-Life has always been that it is the single entry point for customers to do and manage their entire T-Mobile experience in one place, no matter where they physically are. And we wanted to create a platform where customers, there's nothing that we could do for customers that they couldn't do for themselves. So over this past year, we've been hard at work building capabilities inside T-Life. A big focus for us this last year has been upgrades. And one of the reasons we focus on upgrades is customers upgrading their phones is one of the most frequent transactions that we see people do. And if you go back a year ago, like 0% of customers did their phone upgrades on T-Life and digitally. But if you fast forward today, it's nearly 3/4 of all of our upgrades happen through the app, either assisted by one of our experts in store or sitting at home on their couch. And so today, we're announcing that this technology, the capabilities to do a digital switch, are available now in T-Life. Yeah. You know, the second thing that we need to do is, that we knew that we needed to do, was we actually had to make the process of switching much more simple. And when you think about switching, there's a lot of decisions and information that you need, like how many lines do I have, and what plans am I on, and how much am I paying, and what do my kids have, and what features, and what phones. It's like a lot of decisions, and if you don't like think about switching that often, it's really complicated and probably impossible. And this is exactly why we are beta launching a platform called Easy Switch, assisted with AI. And because, like, if there's one thing that we've all learned about AI, is that in addition to like writing kick-ass poems, it's really, really good at taking complex and making it super, super simple. So with Easy Switch, customers have an easy AI-driven guide that helps navigate through the complexity of switching to make it super simple and create curated recommendations directly for you. You just start in T-Life, it logs you right into your AT&T or Verizon account, and Easy Switch scans all the current services you have. So it knows like what plan you're on and how much you're paying and what services you have, and then gives you custom recommendations just for you that compare your service to choices at T-Mobile. So you can see exactly how much you'll save and all of the unbelievable exclusive features that you'll unlock that don't exist at your current carrier. So beyond this launch, this Easy Switch platform is going to continue to get better. So it's going to start with making the rate plan selection process really easy, and then you're going to see us expand next year into making some of that post-switching homework really easy. Because, you know, like, let's be honest, like, and our folks that work in the store know this, like, people switch, and then we leave them with a bunch of homework they have to do. You know, they have to go figure out and sign up for the streaming services that we give them. You know, there could be rebates that are part of our promotion that they have to go, like, mail in or like redeem them online. We want to automate all of those things to make the entire switching process stem to stern, simple, transparent, and effortless. But look, don't take my word for it. We have a friend who happens to be somebody that had been on the same provider his entire life. In fact, he was like on his grandma's plan and never had switched and didn't believe us, thought we were full of shit that we could do it in 15 minutes. So we asked him to go through it and then tell us about how it's going. Check this out.
Y'all might have heard that I'm still on my grandma's plan. Honestly, switching was a pain in the ass, but T-Mobile fixed that. Now, you can switch almost anywhere. Like while you're grabbing lunch, or poolside, chilling and switching, or even while you're at home. It all happens in the T-Life app. You can do it almost anywhere in just 15 minutes. Damn! Switching really was that easy. Now I'm getting all the member perks. Travel, dining, entertainment, baby. See what I mean? Don't mind if I do. It's better over here. All right. I'll see you at Club Magenta. Vegas, baby!
Man, it's awesome to have Drewski as part of the T-Mobile family, and he's going to be helping spreading the word about 15-minute switching for us this holiday season. But you know, switching your rate plan isn't all. Like, one of the most complex part of switching is dealing with buying a device, buying a phone. And that's because the wireless industry has had a process that forces you that at the same time you're switching your service and going through all the complexity that we talked about switching your service, you're forced at the same time to also make a decision about changing your phone. And carriers do this through use them or lose them incentives. So if you don't switch right now, the promotion that was there is gone. So even if you have a perfectly good working phone that you love and it like fits well to your ear and you've got all the cases and accessories decked out and all your chargers, you're forced to make a decision to change that phone or lose your big promotion. And it's just not right. You know, we believe that the decision to change your phone should be yours, not ours. And that's why starting on December 1st, with new phone, your choice, you can bring the phone you already have, you can switch, you can enjoy all the goodness that's T-Mobile, the better network, the savings, all of the perks, and you don't have to make a decision on your phone right now. You can snag a new phone promo later and switch when you want to, not when we tell you to. And by the way, if you're bringing a phone that you already have, or even if you're buying a new phone from us, your experience on your phone is automatically going to get upgraded when you move to T-Mobile and America's best network. And that's because there's like a bunch of capabilities inside your phone that get unlocked when you move to T-Mobile. So that includes access to T-Mobile has the most towers in America. T-Mobile has the most wireless spectrum in America that your phone can access. And next generation technologies like 5G advanced with L4S that the other guys just don't have. So like what does all that stuff mean? It means that when you bring your phone to T-Mobile, it's gonna work better. You're gonna get a better experience. It's gonna be faster, like a lot faster, like 2 times faster than wherever you brought it from. And there's additional capabilities you'll unlock in your phone. Your phone can come over to T-Mobile and we can unlock the ability for it to connect to T-Satellite with Starlink. So that means like if you're in the middle of nowhere and you're off the grid and you've moved away from the terrestrial network, you can stay connected on the largest mobile to satellite network in the entire world. So, in short, you don't have to take a promotion and go through the complexity of switching your phone at the same time you're making a decision to change your wireless carrier. That decision should be up to you when you want to do it, and you shouldn't lose your promotion just because you don't want to make the decision today. But when you do want to buy a new phone, either like when you're upgrading or even if you want to buy one when you're switching, one of the things that we see people do is often want to go to the store to do that because of immediacy. It's like I said at the beginning, our phones are important. We don't want to be without a phone and our new phone for like days and days. We want it right now. And because our phones are so important, we wanted to create an experience that gives you that same immediacy that you get in store, even if you're sitting at home. Check it out.
Oh, God. Again? We're on the same team.
Sorry, Ryan. I don't know why Ryan's just standing around in rando places, but we're excited. We're super excited to announce the expansion of our partnership with DoorDash. And everybody here knows DoorDash. They are the largest rapid delivery service in America. And now our new and existing customers who are buying a phone or upgrading a phone can get same-day delivery on their new device right to their house through the T-Life app. This service is going to be available on 12/1 as well. And we'll be expanding in most cities across the country, and we're going to be expanding to more places over the next couple months. And by the way, getting your phone delivered to your house is in addition to the ability to pick your phone up same day in thousands of T-Mobile stores across the country. So waiting for a new phone, it's a thing of the past. Okay, like now you've switched to T-Mobile in 15 minutes. You may have bought a new phone and even had it like DoorDash to your house. You've now unlocked the best part of T-Mobile, which is all of the benefits of being a member. You know, when you're a member of T-Mobile, you get access to something that we call Magenta Status. And Magenta Status is a set of unique perks, exclusive privileges, one-of-a-kind experiences that you literally can't get anywhere else. And look, like, this isn't like BS, like throwaway, gimmicky kind of stuff. These are the kinds of things that you'd be buying or using even if you weren't a T-Mobile customer. It's like your Netflix subscription, the #1 streaming service in the world, on us. It's like when you're flying on a major airline, free Wi-Fi on your plane, on us. Or right here this weekend in Vegas at the Grand Prix, we're literally gonna roll the Magenta carpet out for T-Mobile customers with concerts at the T-Mobile stage, exclusive F1 merch, and probably my favorite and coolest thing I think we have, Club Magenta, where if you're a T-Mobile customer, we're gonna give you the best seat in the house to see the track, to see the stage, with lots of cool perks and drinks and all kinds of cool stuff. If you haven't been to a Club Magenta, you're gonna get a little bit of a preview of it right after this show. Srini also mentioned our expansion of F1 into our regional partnership. So a lot of these benefits that you're gonna see here in Vegas this weekend are coming to Austin in 2026. And look, these are like just a small sample of all of the cool benefits and privileges that you get with Magenta Status. There's a lot of them, and they add up. In fact, you can get over $2,000 every single year of benefits, perks, privileges, discounts, cool one-of-a-kind experiences at T-Mobile when you're a member, and you never pay a penny more. In fact, one of the coolest perks that we launched this past summer was Dash Pass on Us with our partners at DoorDash. You know, this is a benefit that members can get where they get a Dash Pass for free by T-Mobile, which is $120 a year value just for being a customer. And this perk was so popular this summer that we wanted to give everybody another chance to get it. People that missed it this summer wanted to give them another shot at get it. And we couldn't think of a better time to do this than on Thanksgiving week. So just in time for your holiday shopping, we're gonna give everybody the chance to enroll in Dash Pass on Us starting next Tuesday through December 2nd, so customers can take advantage of what's been one of our most popular Magenta Status benefits. All right, I'm gonna let Srini come back up here and wrap us up, but I've got one more little surprise. And it's, speaking of Thanksgiving again, what's the best part of the Thanksgiving holiday? The dessert. Of course, it's the pie. The pie is the best part. And so we've cooked up a little something special with our friends at DoorDash and major grocery chains across America, including Albertsons and Safeway and Kroger. Next week, when you order groceries through your Dash Pass that you get on us, we're gonna give you a pie on us. And look, yeah. Look, this is just a little way of us saying thank you. Thank you for being a T-Mobile customer, and we hope this is something that can make your holidays a little bit sweeter. All right, Srini, come back up.
Woo! Thank you, Mike. All right, so what have we talked about today? Smashing one of the biggest pain points in wireless. Switching made easy. 15 minutes, not 3 hours to a better network, to better value, to a better experience. New phone, your choice. You choose how, where, and when you get your phone. Same-day delivery, because your phone is too important to wait. All of that together, switching made easy. And some more goodies and benefits. Money can't buy experiences for our existing customers. Millions of them have already signed up to Dash Pass. We're giving them another window now, in case they haven't, for those who haven't, to sign up to Dash Pass. And expanding our F1 sponsorship, expanding Club Magenta for another 3 years, and to Austin as well as Vegas. All of that together is our next step at changing this industry for the better. And the thing that gets me even more excited than everything we've talked about today is where we are as a company and a business. We have today the best network, the best value, the best experience. Now, what that means for a lot of other companies is we've arrived and we can sit back. But that's not us at T-Mobile. That just gives us even more energy and even more belief that now we need to be even more ambitious about smashing the bigger pain points, making wireless and changing it for the good of our customers forever. And that's what we're about, because we won't stop. And that is what we're about. And to close us out today, I thought we'd bring back an old friend to tell us why it's just better over here. Thank you.
I got this friend that saw me in a T-Mobile commercial. Said years ago he was on T-Mobile and their network kind of sucked. His words. So I say to him, a lot of things used to suck, like cell phones the size of frozen lasagnas. Point is, things change. And after a giant test of millions of customers and data points, it turns out that now T-Mobile has the best network by like a lot. Is it data or data? Anyway, who cares? You don't give a rat's behind about wireless awards. You just want your phone to work in more places. And that's what you get on T-Mobile. But don't take it from me. I'm just another guy in an ad saying the same thing, only first and true. Check it out for yourself. You can switch to T-Mobile from your phone in just 15 minutes and see what it means to have America's best network. Hey, dude, I'm making another T-Mobile commercial. You won't believe where I am. You could stay on your old network. Some people like being miserable.